What's going on, guys? Got another episode here of VanGo After Dark, and this week we got Django Chill. As always, you know, 15% off for retail, 5% off for wholesale. We also got it in the salt mix, so if you're in, that's your jam. We got 20, 35, 50. Delicious flavor. I'm glad we put this one flavor of the week because I've been vaping through this a lot, especially as it gets a little cooler. You know, still get the reminisce of summer.
The thing I really like about this one is that it really preserves the original Django flavor on the inhale, and then on the exhale is where you get kind of a remix of the vanilla, lychee, mint exhale. It's really nice, actually. It ties together really nice.
You get all the flavor, but it's just the lightness in that lychee mint. I don't know about it personally, but
the lychee is like,
feels good to be back in town. Actually, not really. Not it was better in Toronto when I touched down at midnight. It was 24 degrees. 31 degrees every single day.
31?
Yeah, 31 degrees like every single day. Oh, but Juice Jam, yeah, Maria hosted that out there. Beautiful day for it. Got a lot of good vendors out there.
A lot of people came out?
I thought it was good. I hope they do more of that. I thought it was really good. Good turnout crowd. It was people were there. Those guys were there looking for like a lot of flaving people out there. So that was cool to see. A lot of cool like local juice talent from the Ontario area. Got some of the Montreal guys down there. So it was fun to check out everyone else's juice, see what's going on. It's impressive all the way around.
You were showing off root beer.
I was showing off root beer. I was kind of going around low key. A couple other juicers, a couple of shop people tried it. Really good feedback, which I was happy about because root beer can be interesting. A lot of the people feedback that they're giving me is, oh, this is so good because it doesn't taste like black licorice.
Yeah.
And they noticed that like light mint in there, where it's almost like that frosted glass root beer. And personally, I crushed half that 120 mil when I was out there on that trip.
Root beer is so good. Like that is probably like the reason we've been hyping that one so much is like we really try to tackle the most random, crazy flavors. And root beer, you know, it's such a basic thing.
You'd think.
Yeah,
you'd think.
Exactly. That's what, you know, people have kind of like played with it in the past, but it's often forgotten about because it's almost people have thought, oh, it's impossible, you can't make root beer, blah, blah. So we actually worked on this for a good 18 months, and the approach we took to this one, I'm really excited to see what everyone thinks. The response we've had is amazing. People are really excited. The few tester balls we've sent out, so if you love it, just make sure that you contact us. We'll get you some pre-release because the release is not till December. Ali, check out Ali this weekend. We're going to be launching all the new VanGo products at Lifestyle up in Edmonton, so big shout out to Ali. He's been killing it with his stores, and he's going to be doing some killer products this weekend. Yeah,
great service. We're going to be able to incorporate some of the sample days there, so we'll have someone there to let you sample directly through our devices, and we'll try and switch up the flavors because Ali's got quite the offering from us there, so it'll be good.
But just be careful, Ali. Just avoid him.
Great employees.
So this week we'll be going back into the teen vaping epidemic. We had a lot of comments after the fact last week, and we want to touch base on a couple other issues. It's a very dynamic issue, and I think that it's not so simple as, oh, teens are vaping. Let's point fingers at the vape companies. Obviously, they're just targeting children. It's like that's just what's happened, and they're looking for a scapegoat. We were talking about this earlier. I think a lot of it also goes to kind of like the mental instability, or even like the mental health, the overall mental health of the youth, or just people in general. If you look at the statistics, 20% of adults have some sort of mental disability. Now, I would say that's probably higher with children, especially considering the fact that a lot of times you can't even detect it sometimes until later in life. So there's this definite underlying problem.
Become like cognitive of it until you kind of gain your own more emotional intelligence, and especially with all the pressures these days with like social media and all seeing everything painted through such like rose-colored glasses. And everyone's trying to paint this like frivolous image.
Yeah.
And then I think that's created a lot of pressures and anxieties to like try and keep up with that.
Teen vaping thing, it has to be looked at as, what it really is a symptom of a bigger problem, and people don't really want to tackle the deeper problem of that the new generation. I think that there's a lot of impact with the social media age, this new ADHD culture that we're in, and even just the speed at which things move, and like the speed at which things change, and there's so much to the social media aspect of it. People watching these people that are considered to be the idols for themselves, or people they really idolize. It's interesting. I think one of the things that's coming out as is this whole FOMO, or
the fear of missing out.
They really want to make sure that they're in on everything, and they want to try all the stuff, and
especially and like some things they come as fast. They skyrocket as fast as they die.
Yeah.
So that is really interesting, and I guess really considering, I don't think historically, this is my opinion, that with all these pressures through social media and all that, there isn't more smokers, or there's like all this like pressure, and like usually people have identified like smoking or whatever nicotine consumption to really help remedy this. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, like, on the plus side, we said it before, teen smoking is way down, vaping is up. I wonder if historically the total number, if we're seeing like more people going towards like nicotine inhalation, is increased all across the scale per capita, or if it's trending about the same as when smoking was very relevant.
So it's not even really about the nicotine itself. I think that a lot of this is more scapegoating the vaping industry, while big tobacco has a chance to really come in and just solidify what they're trying to do.
And you're seeing this. We're seeing this with like the vape. And the thing is, actually a couple people in a couple of these Facebook groups have maybe made it more obvious to myself, is they don't want you to quit. They're not offering 10, 20, 30, a clear path to help you get down. They're giving you their set, whether it be 60 milligram, 50 milligram. They don't want you to go down. They want to keep that consumption up.
Yeah, they want you to get on their product. And so, for example, you look at Juul, they've got a proprietary mix, their own nicotine salt with the benzoic acid, and whatever they think is the best formulation. And so you're going to have every company having their own formulation, and they're going to become more and more different and more addictive in their own ways. And give it 10 years, e-cigarettes are not going to be what they are now. It's going to be nice food flavors with a little bit of nicotine. There's a lot of things about it. The other thing we want to talk to, a couple of stats about mental health. There's 38% of people with mood disorders get help. 8% of teens, that's quite high actually when you think about it. 8% of teens have anxiety problems. This directly, in my opinion, would relate to drug and substance abuse.
I think that's a very conservative number.
Oh, for sure.
I think that's an extremely conservative number.
Anxiety, the social media, the impact it has when they're sitting there. Like, one thing that's really interesting, I heard a talk many years ago about how there's the illusion of free will. We don't have actual free will. Like, for example, if I ask you, what's your favorite food? You're going to tell me something that your body is telling you. You're not going to tell me something, if you were raised in a village in the middle of Africa, your taste will be totally different.
Well, it's funny. My favorite food's East African food.
you've been kind of trained, or in a way you're eating it and like...
No, that's just it. Your palate's completely different. You've been in like...
So a lot of these things are already trained into your mind. And so when people are sitting there on social media and they're all day just taking it in, they don't even realize what they're taking in. They're taking in the glorification of all their peers, because they're not peers, they're putting up, and I've seen it, they'll smile, they're looking, they're hugging their boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, and they're smiling, and as soon as the picture's over, they're you keep your dirty hands off.
It's like that rose-colored glasses, like everything's printed like so amazing, so it's like, oh, what's wrong with me? Why am I not this happy? And it just perpetuates.
Yeah. Oh, this guy's vaping and he's got 10,000 followers. That's what we need. It's a really shitty thing, and so we gotta look deeper. We gotta look at it like, yeah, okay, vaping is, it's a problem, but what about all the ones that are drinking, smoking, doing drugs, all the glamorization through Hollywood of drugs and heavy drug abuse? Like, they look at it like so funny, oh yeah, this guy, he OD'd, what a crazy partier. It's like, what's there to glorify about that?
Yeah, no, I don't say that. And I think that there's a lot of correlation between all these issues.
Yeah.
And I mean, the smoking market is huge, like 1.5, like 1 in 5 people smoke.
So,
1 in 5 people.
We got a comment, like, James is saying you can get nicotine from eating tomatoes. Some of the same inhalation of nicotine through cooking tomato soup. I mean, it is interesting. Nicotine is very available in nature, and I think that at the current stage of what it is, nicotine is on its own isn't so bad. But what my fear is like, Blue and whatever, VangoVapes and all these companies, they want to become more and more proprietary. They want to be more and more owning kind of like their territory. They're going to have complex proprietary blends that are more and more addictive.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure we've said this before. I'm sure when smoking started, it's probably innocent enough. It's probably just rolled tobacco leaves, some paper. It probably wasn't all that bad. But now, you're at like 40,000 chemicals or something outrageous like that.
And look at like the medical marijuana industry is going to be popping up right now with the legalization. And you look at the manufacturing aspect, you look at the testing, you look at all the stuff that goes into checking what's in the plant. There's a lot that goes into it. Where's all the stuff about tobacco? They're just growing, they're doing a bunch of shit to it, they're putting it in papers, and now they're giving it to smoke. It's so weird, and then what they've done and what they're going to continue doing now, they're just translating it from a physical form to a vape form.
Yeah.
All of them.
And I mean, the vaping is a pretty big threat because only 1 out of 100, 5% of people actually succeed in quit smoking.
Yeah.
But in these stats, they don't consider people who are like working their way down to 0 milligram vaping. They don't consider
and I think that's
quitting.
why flaving is so important, because with flaving, one of the things that I saw when I first started was that it wasn't the nicotine that was it. It was also like the habit and all that stuff. But when you add the layer of flavor that the cigarettes or other forms don't have, it's almost like a layer of aromatherapy. Evening time, you're sitting there and you're reading your book or you're watching a show, and you start vaping on some nice BCT. Like, it adds to the whole, the aromatherapy aspect. You're sitting there, you're vaping nice custard, you've got the hints of the earthiness. It kind of like, it's a relaxing thing. And again, it goes back to your subconscious. You're giving your subconscious something very relaxing. If you start vaping on something that's super sweet, tastes like Red Bull, right away your mind will be triggered more in a different way. Maybe that's a morning thing. So I think flaving, it has the ability to get people off the cigarettes, replace them with something that's new, and gives them the ability to really wean off the nicotine.
Yeah, and it still sticks to like the good nature of why vaping was created, to get you to the end game of like not smoking.
Start flavoring.
Start
and
flavoring.
we have so much juice out there that's so good, and what we're with the flaving, it's not just about nicotine. Flaving can be with anything. Flaving is just the action of flaving, or like vaporizing flavor. And so if you want to add nicotine, you want to add CBD, whatever you want to add, the flaving is what you're doing. Your additive is just whatever your vice is.
Yeah, actually, the CBD is going to be a very interesting thing.
I wish I had some right now. My back is broken. Literally, I feel like I'm old manic. Yeah.
I was really impressed with the actual effects. Like, we did some flavorings for a company, and they dropped off the final good. I just come back from a huge hike all weekend.
Just to interrupt. No, you guys, it's flaving. So it's a new thing. So flaving is vaping flavor, because it's a new thing. Like when you eat a tiramisu cake, you're eating it. You're feeling it as a food. But when you vape tiramisu, not only are your taste buds going to be excited or stimulated, but your sense of smell, your feeling, it's a whole experience. Like you can't. There's vaping. Vaping is one thing. Vaping is to get off cigarettes. Forget about vaping. Flaving is a new concept. It's a new term. It's just another bite.
It's annoying because that it's getting like ostracized in the thing by kids, because like when I was in Toronto in the business finance district, there's a few vape shops out there. Like 70% of their sales were pod systems, not just like the pod systems.
When you really ask these stores, there's no store I've ever talked to that's like, yeah, we make our money on teens. Nobody makes money on teens.
And you know why?
They're broke.
You know why it was in these districts that this thing was prevalent? It was because these business guys, they don't have time to mess around or getting juice on their suits or all that. It's just the convenience thing. It's helping them get to their end goal.
So James, it is true. Anything you have that's excessive use of anything is addictive. I can challenge anyone out there. Go home, drink a half liter of Coca-Cola for 2 weeks. On the 15th day, if you're not craving Coke, I'll give you a free bottle.
I'll feed the addiction.
I'll give you the Coke that you should be craving. But no, it is very true. Like, everything's addictive, and you just got to have everything in moderation and look at ways to cut down on the addiction. You're addicted to cigarettes, you want to get off, saying flaving is the way, not getting another addiction that's like, shit, I need a Juul. It's broken. I need it, bro. Give me a puff.
Yeah, replacing addiction with an addiction.
Yeah, exactly. So mainstream, that's interesting. Like now we're seeing the big tobacco really, getting in there. We're going to have our own flaving billboards up on the tunnels and stuff like that in a couple months. You guys are the first to hear about it. But advertising the mainstream, it's really interesting to see what's going to happen. And from what I've seen, they're pretty straightforward ads, but they're definitely going further than what Health Canada has allowed.
Yeah, in fact, we saw one of the shop owners saw one of these trucks going around, reached out to Health Canada and said, "Oh no, this is a total infraction." So it's
It was literally a truck, like an ice cream man, going around.
Out of all the worst things that you do to kids, they show up in a freaking ice cream truck. They probably got a little theme song playing too.
Oh my god! They're going around saying "Go Vape," and that's the new thing. And so, if you want more info, actually, there's a blog. I know a person that's putting up a blog, startvaping.com, give you all the pros and cons about vaping and juuling. Startjuuling.com, startvaping.com. That's like the real lowdown of vaping, juuling, breezing. Startbreezing.com.
Startflaving.com.
Yeah, all the starter shit.
Startsmoking.com.
Yeah.
No, absolutely the campaign, because they don't want to lose that market share. Like 1.5 billion people smoke. They don't want to lose those shareholders need to keep the money increasing.
Even though actually all the kickbacks have been scaling down on the cigarettes.
I've heard of. Actually, there's two shops out here. Actually, they completely eliminated as of September 25th selling tobacco products because there's no margins and they've cut back all their kickbacks. And they're just going straight with vaping, which is an awesome win for the vaping.
I mean, overall, I'm really happy. This brings in the mainstream. People are going to be open to it. We're not like, for the last couple of years, even things like getting a new lease. You show up and they're like, oh, you guys want 10,000 square feet? What do you guys do again? And we're like, oh, we make nicotine e-liquid. You might as well say heroin.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
What, grow up? What?
Yeah, we don't want any part of this. Like, we're not interested. Basically, that's what we got rejected so many places because the place across the street. The guy is like an older guy. He just has this place, 10,000 square feet, and he's like, "Oh well, there's a construction company. That sounds simpler. I'll just go there."
Yeah.
Like, that's it. So
no, that's just it. And I think that the advertising to the mainstream has made it difficult through traditional conduits, especially with these like older landholders. I mean, social media referrals have increased more than 200% since 2014.
Social media is everything now. People see it on
absolutely
social media.
is.
And I've noticed, like, I've seen an increase in these like social media products. They're literally products that thrive on social media, where they're it's like just a simple basic shit that's like maybe a camera that has one special function. They focus on it, advertise for that, make videos about it, and that becomes their campaign.
Especially the advertising through Facebook. I mean, like 62% of U.S. millennials claim that they follow at least one brand on Facebook, 23% on Twitter, and like 11% on Pinterest or
it's
something.
Interesting. Pinterest has more. It's kept it's like organic. I guess it's more like that stay-at-home mom.
Well, it's really good for DIY stuff. I gotta give it credit for that. Which, ironically enough, stay-at-home moms have the most time to do DIY stuff.
My wife loves this kind of shit. Like, she loves this kind of like DIY thing, and she always has these like, we're doing a kids party, and she'll say something, and I'm like thinking like, we're gonna buy this stuff, like, and then she's like, oh no, I found it on Pinterest. Like, you just go make it. I was like, oh, that's best. That's the best. And so things that we've done besides Facebook and Instagram, we try to get creative. One of the things we've been dealing with a local company actually the last couple months. They've got this really cool technology where they use Bluetooth and location technology to push out messages. So, for example, for the last couple of weeks, we've been they call it a beacon or something. I'm sure they have some cool name, but they put it, and basically that beacon broadcasts out a radius of 300. So basically 600 meters side to side is broadcasting some whatever crazy message you want to push out there, and it shows up on people's phone as a nearby message. So they check it out. They're like, nearby, what is that? They open it up, and it's like, oh, this is nearby. That's kind of cool. And so I think that everything it goes. I did a post a couple days ago on cyborgs. I don't know if anyone saw that, but it really goes to the whole cyborg age. And so This is like pinging. Hey, nearby cyborgs. Yeah. We got something for you. Check your media or whatever. Check your notifications. And oh shit, this is nearby. I gotta go check it out. And like it goes with that whole localization, Pokemon Go.
Yeah, it's really that's just it. It is a really cool way to get the message out there. So the company's called Artec here, and we actually have a little bit of an intro video we're gonna play.
Hi, this is Danny with Artec Marketing. Today I want to share with you how we are revolutionizing mobile marketing. Let's start with our radius cap, powered by our active technology. Here's how it works. What is Artec's goal? Our goal is to reach people where others cannot. We want to deliver relevant information to passing by smartphones, done through Bluetooth nearby technology. There are many benefits. Take a second and look through all the possibilities. We focus our solutions where people are paying most of their attention. This is how you can become relevant, be seen, and gain exposure. What to expect when joining Artec? We need your desired message combined with a secured URL link. Your message can be up to 40 characters. Weather sealed caps have a 2-year battery life, and our industrial caps last up to 10 years. Here's a walkthrough. Here is a demo on an Android phone. you see me swipe down to my notifications area. One click, and I'm at the website. It's simple and effective. As you can see, the future is in the palm of our hands. Start using radius caps and join us.
All right. Yeah, sorry if you guys missed that. Yeah, we got the Artec guys here themselves. I'll let you guys introduce in case anyone missed that.
My name's Ryan. I'm the VP of Sales from Artec.
Yep, and I'm Danny. I'm the CEO and president of Artec.
So I guess we'll just go a little bit into the backstory of how we got started. I myself started in a construction background. Really didn't enjoy the manual labor and wanted to do something in business that I really could believe in. That's what kind of led me to Artec, and since then we've been building really innovative marketing tools that are local based. And it's something that I can believe in and something that I've strived to achieve.
Yeah, for myself, I pretty much said screw it to McDonald's back when I was a young kid, and I knew there was more to life than being stuck. So, for any young entrepreneurs out there, believe in yourself and get the work done, right? That's all it takes. I started in network marketing, got a little experience there, learned great mentors, but then I moved into credit card processing, which I got to learn about residual income. If you guys don't know what that is, I strongly suggest you look that up on Google and really understand that. And now here I am now, 6 years later. I'm running Artec Marketing, and we're helping, we love helping the vape industry because they need help, right? They're being restricted by so many different organizations. So we're coming in here and giving them the right space to do their job.
Yeah, and exactly. So what we've actually been doing with the guys here at VanGo is we've been using something called radius technology. I'll give you guys a little bit of a preview of what they look like. This is a 1 kilometer beacon, and this is a 100 meter beacon. And so what these do is that they push out notifications to cell phones. I'll give you guys a little preview here of what it looks like on a phone. Let it load there. So this is what the message will look like when it shows up on there. This is VanGo's current message that's broadcasting.
Just so you guys know, VanGo has done almost up to 10,000 clicks in as low as 2 months. And those are all local-based clicks, people that have potential of helping them build their brand in communities and sharing the facts of, quitting smoking.
I really like the technology, actually. I mean, one of the things that was intriguing when you guys came in, I had no idea about this stuff. I didn't even know if it was going to work. But, I mean, first of all, young entrepreneurs, it's always good to see people out there hustling. And then the new technology, especially we're going into this age where this is as much a part of you as anything.
Yeah.
The only thing that we're waiting for is the connection from our brain to the phone.
Directly.
And I can't wait. I'll be the first person. It's so annoying typing and I wish it was just directly in your brain. But anyways, it goes back to that, the new age of technology, how marketing is significantly changing. 20 years ago, people would not have expected that a huge majority of their traffic coming from online is coming from social media and stuff like that. And a lot of it comes down to the localized stuff. Where you're going somewhere, you check on Google first thing, Google Maps, what's going on, what's local, things like that. So this is really an interesting break into that real localized, pushing it out, no app required, things like that. That's another thing, no app required. You don't have to download some retarded app and let me go check the app for whatever.
Exactly. So no app download required is huge because that's just an extra step that we need for the marketing. If we just have, a notification being popping on a phone and you have a 1.2 kilometer radius of that message being able to hit people in that area, it's a great way to let people know about your brand, about your products, and what you have to offer in that neighborhood.
Yeah, I mean, I want to ask you guys a couple questions. I mean, for the young entrepreneur side.
Sure.
What is it like? I mean, you guys started young. I mean, looking at it now, you guys are still in your 20s.
Yep.
Looking back, what were things that you thought you did good and things that you kind of regretted or whatever?
Well, I guess I'll kind of take the lead on this one. So, the first thing, if you're looking to become an entrepreneur, is make sure you have a stable income, right? Make sure you can sustain yourself if you decide to take this journey, because it's a tough journey, but it's worth it at the end. And, so you want to make sure, if I could go back in time and kind of redo something, I would have made sure that my income was completely stable going into a venture like this.
And then as advice to anyone out there who wants to really hustle, would you say 40 hours a week, 40, 50 hours a week of work is adequate for anything?
No.
Definitely not. Hell no, yeah.
I mean, at this point, even 6 years into my entrepreneurship career, I'm still doing at least, 80 to 100 or more hours per week.
Yeah.
Right. But this is what it takes. You know, I'm willing to work today so that I don't have to work for the rest of my days in the future. Right.
And it's so true. I mean, like even that compounding, like there's loads of people have spoken on this, but even that whole compounding aspect, you have the compounding benefit. But even like you look at it, like if you do 100 hours a week in 3 months, you've done what people are doing in a year, and you compound that, like you've got value of 2 years within 3 months. Like,
and not only that, your time is like money. It appreciates the same way. Just like your stock investment goes up, the more time you invest now in your later years, you'll see more ROI on it in your later years.
And even things that are like random, like, you know, even people that are out there currently just working a job, they're like, okay, I'm just working. Take in as much as you can. Like, it doesn't matter what it is, you will find potential use for that in the future. You're doing stocking at a warehouse. Learn why they're stocking, how they're stocking, what's the software, all that. It could be a most mundane job, but just take it all in and just, like, you know, like bring it in, be hungry for it all, and just be ready to hustle and grind. And so kicking off,
Yeah, I think that's a great point. You know, really exploring, you know, new avenues. That's, I think, the biggest part about being an entrepreneur is that trial and error.
Yeah.
You know, finding what you love, finding what products, you know, and companies that fit with what you're trying to create, and, you know, finding your vision. I think that's the biggest thing for an entrepreneur is finding something that you believe in.
That's 100%.
Right. Yeah.
So it doesn't feel like work then at that point.
It doesn't feel like work.
Something that really resonates with you. So I was curious, what really made you pull the trigger? Because everyone's got these great ideas. They always want to do these things, but pulling the trigger is the hardest part.
So I got a really clear story for this. So like I said, I said screw to McDonald's. They wanted to sign me into a 10-year contract as a consultant at the age of 18. And I'm turning 27 this year, so I would still be in that contract. And I pretty much said, screw that, no. And then I just like went off, tried to go to school, wasn't my thing. But business was. That's what I realized was I'm great at networking and I'm good at seeing opportunity because things I love, like basketball. I love basketball, and when I play basketball, I see what's missing in the community, and that gives you an opening to do something you love and actually make money from it too. So that's how you find ways to become an entrepreneur, is just do what you love and then see what's missing there, and then just attack that and be relentless with who you have to get through, and then eventually you get to your goal. Yeah.
And don't be afraid of a few failures or bumps along the road.
Exactly.
They'll be there for sure. They'll be there.
There's going to be a lot of ups and downs for sure. And there's going to be some times where you're going to even think about, why am I still doing this? But, you know,
What's funny is, like, to be honest, like, my constant state of mind is like, you know, looking at the past and, okay, we're done with that part. Let's just, that's done. Like, we got a good plan. It's going to be smooth now. Now, this is it. And, like, every day is always that. You're kind of like looking at the past, like, okay, well, that was like, oh shit, you know, whatever. And constantly just adapting. You got to just keep changing, adapting. If things not working, drop them. Doesn't matter. Like, some cost. Yeah, okay, I've spent 5 years doing it. If it's not working, it's not working.
Yeah.
Some cost. Drop it, move on. And just always keep your mind open, be adapting and moving forward and just bring it in. Like, even this thing, what really got you guys to think about beacons? Like, that's so random. Like, boom,
that is a pretty, like, when you came out, I was like, this is an interesting idea.
Well, you know what got me was when I first saw this product, I was like, man, everywhere I go, when I go out to eat with my girlfriend and we're sitting at the table, every other table around us is all on their cell phones and they're not talking to each other. So what is a better way to get people's attention than to where they're already paying attention, which are on these
or
things?
even, let's say you're walking through maybe a restaurant district or whatever downtown, and you get a ping like, oh, hey, Joe's Pizzeria or whatever has got like 10% off if you use this code. It's like, oh, let's go to Joe's Pizzeria.
Yeah. You know, one thing that's really interesting is, like, I think for a little while people were almost like turned away by the outreach. You know, they're like, oh, you're telling me you got some good pizza? Forget about it, I'm not coming now. But I think now it's more like, if you don't do it, it's more like, personally, I wonder, like, these guys didn't. This guy did. He obviously must care about his business more. He must care about his brand. He probably treat me better. I'm going to just go with this guy. He spent some money on whatever. He did the effort. How did you get this message on my phone? What's going on?
Yeah,
exactly.
Usually the full experience. I mean, that even happened to me when I was in Montreal. We were looking, there's all these restaurants. There's like 4 or 5 Italian places all on the same street. And yeah, I checked it out. 1,300 reviews, 4.9 stars. So I'm going to this. I don't care if I have to wait 15 minutes because you expect that the quality. They put the money, they put the effort into creating that whole experience. You're probably going to follow up on it.
It's not even and like people are willing to pay for that nowadays. Like, you know, even like for myself, I find with for example, Skip the Dishes. I'll see some restaurants that have free delivery, and then there's the other ones that say $4. And like, you know, thinking back to some of the experiences I've had with them, it's like, it's not even worth saving that $4 because, like, it's like, okay,
how are you going to get in the right order?
Is it gonna come? Will it be okay? Will it be the proper quality, the consistency, things like that? And like, I think that's really separating businesses now in this extremely saturated age, where not only is the saturation crazy, but they
Yeah.
have the ability to bring it to your face. If you want to see a billion pizza restaurants, like, oh my god. It's not like, 30 years ago you opened the Yellow Pages, there's probably 3 restaurants that paid for the big ad.
Yep.
You probably remember those 3 and then go on live.
Exactly.
Now it's like a billion options, and Google tell you this thing, and he's thinking you like this, and Facebook throwing you this, and it's so much.
I think the biggest thing to understand for people is that, if they're going to be using technology and they're looking to expand for advertising and marketing, you want something that your competition is not doing. You want an advantage that they're not taking advantage of because you're getting an upper hand on them. So that's what we can do with this new technology and these innovative tools, is really target those customers that you wouldn't be able to attract with local traditional marketing strategies.
Awesome. So before we go, if anyone has any last questions for our tech or comments on the team vaping, you can throw it in right now or after the show. Send us a comment, send us a message. Their contact info will be there, so if you guys are interested in finding more info, you can reach out to them. But yeah, anything you guys want to say, last closing remarks?
I guess just closing remark is just, we're first of all, I want to say thanks for VangoVapes for having us on here for VanGo After Dark. Right, really appreciate this. And we're working together too. So we're always looking to build a family, right?
Yep.
And that's something that's missing in our communities is the love. So part of our mission is to spread that by connecting businesses together. Right, and if the business owners, because those are the leaders, right, the ones who are actually running the show in the city, those are the people who can have an influence if they actually gather together and have a common goal. So that's our vision, and we want to spread that and make sure that we can help our communities in every way we can.
No, and if you're a young entrepreneur and you want to start networking or you want to meet some new contacts and stuff, reach out to us. We're always looking to connect people, and thank you guys for coming on.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching.
As always, we'll be on there next Thursday. And Django Chill, check it out. FOTW discount code.
Take care, guys.
Take care.
Cheers.
Thanks.